This is Cat's Diamond Painting. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you have joined me here before. Okay, I have got a sneak peek from Diamond Art Club for you today. This is the absolutely beautiful Peaceful Waters by Cory Carlson, and this is being released this Saturday the 7th of March. I'll go through the release times in a moment. This is a big and beastie painting. It is 95.8 by 69.9 centimeters, but I think you'll see when we get into it that this is a pretty detailed landscape. It needed to be big or it would have been very pixelated. This has got 65 colours, which includes 2 ABs and 5 fairy dust diamonds, and it has got a little over 108,000 diamonds. And did I already say this? I can't remember. But it's got square drills, which is, you know, pretty typical with these big and beastie detail kits. If it needs to be big because it's detailed, it's also probably going to benefit from being in square drills. So, release times. There are 2 times to look out for depending on where you are in Diamond Art Club's rewards tier structure. If you qualify for early release, which will be if you are a Diamond or Ruby member of Diamond Art Club's rewards tier structure, you will be able to purchase half an hour earlier than everyone else. And that's going to be from 9 AM Pacific time, 12 PM Eastern time, or 5 PM UK time. You will get an email letting you know when you can shop, but if you are logged into your account, you will still be able to see them in new releases, even without waiting for that email. Then you have general release half an hour later, so that is going to be 9:30 AM Pacific time, 12:30 PM Eastern time, or 5:30 PM UK time. And as ever, if you're in a different time zone and you're not sure what that means for you, just plug one of those into Google and it will tell you what time you can shop from. We're approaching that time of year when clocks start to change at different times, but I'm pretty sure this early in March, all those times are going to be accurate. There will be a point later in the year, later in the month when that isn't right for a couple of weeks, but I digress. Anyway, let's get stuck into this beautiful painting. And this has got a bit of everything that you see in a lot of landscape paintings. We've got a lighthouse, we've got lots of trees and greenery, we've got a beautiful ocean, there is an eagle. It's going to be a stunner. Let's take a look. So, Diamond Art Club boxes come with this generic underbox, and then you have this sleeve over the top which has the artwork rendered and printed all around it. You also have a full image of the artwork here, and then also on a little sticker on the bottom of the box, which is really handy because it means whatever way you store your diamond paintings, you know, be it in a cupboard or shelves or in your loft or just wherever you can find, if you're like me, there will be a direction from which you can see which painting is which. Then going into the box, you will find this sturdy tray which contains all of your goodies. So yeah, your diamond painting is really well protected, you know, just in case it takes a bit of a battering on the way to you in the post. As we all know, sometimes it can happen. There are many layers of protection for the actual diamond painting. Inside you will find the toolkit, upside down. I'm going to take you through that in a moment. Here is the diamond painting in a dust cover bag. And then also down at the bottom here, you have this little pouch. We're going to look through all of these items today. So let's start, as ever, with the toolkit. I have my little routines now, and if I don't do it in the same order, I'll probably forget to show you something. So inside the toolkit, which is a standard toolkit for all diamond paintings that Diamond Art Club releases, whether they're round or square diamonds, the only difference is going to be if you have a super small kit, you're going to get a smaller tray. But that is not the case with this one. So first off, you have this pen. It has a nice ergonomic feel to it. It's a real upgrade from the kind of typical plastic pens that we see in a lot of places and used to get with Diamond Art Club. On this end, you have got a 4-placer preloaded, and this is your standard pen end. So any push-in placer that you like to work with should work there. And then on this end, if you take the lid off, we have got the twist and pick applicator end. You'll see it's already preloaded with this clear substance. This is a wax that Diamond Art Club uses. And you've got your standard brass tip end there. So what you're going to do is just twist and you're going to see the wax start to come out from the top. Pinch off any excess and you are now good to go with your single placer. Once you've run through all of this, it is refillable. You're just going to unscrew it the other way and then just put more wax in. Or if you have a different wax or putty that you prefer to use, you can also do that. You just unscrew it, empty out what's already in there, and you are good to go. You also have a little roll of baggies, always useful to have. And then you have the tray. Please excuse the state of my hands, by the way, if they look kind of yellow. I promise you they're not dirty. I was cooking a curry last night and I used turmeric, and now my hands are just going to be stained yellow for a few days. You know how it goes. But yeah, I'm slightly self-conscious seeing them in the viewfinder. Anyways, here is the tray. These are stackable, so if you buy a few Diamond Art Club kits and you get one of these trays in each of them, they will neatly stack on top of each other. The lid slides off like so, and then the stopper will come out once the lid is off. Inside, you have got more of that clear wax that you saw in the pen. You have got pink wax, just in case you prefer that formula. And you have got, oh, for some reason I have got 2 7 placers in this one. You usually get one, but yeah, you've got a 7 placer there in case you prefer that for your pen. And as you can see, you've got a really nice space to work with in this tray. They're a fair bit bigger than the trays we used to get from Diamond Art Club, and they're just a really nice upgrade because, you know, working on big kits, you often want the space to tip out quite a few drills, maybe to do some multi-placing. So yeah, all good. The next thing I have to show you is this pouch. If you turn it over, you can open it like so by pulling those tabs together. Oop, that one didn't want to go. And inside you have these bits, which I'm going to go through in a moment, but you also have all of this useful information on the inside flaps. So you've got tips and tricks, you have got how to use and refill that pen, you've got step-by-step instructions for diamond painting. Got to include it in every kit because we've all got to start somewhere. I think you'd have to be pretty brave to start your diamond painting journey with a kit this big and beastie, but you never know. Here is a QR code to join the Facebook group. You must have made a purchase from Diamond Art Club beforehand to be eligible to join, and they will vet you. So if your Facebook name doesn't match the name on your Diamond Art Club account for any reason, just be aware you may have to get in touch with customer services. But yeah, it's a really big group. I think it has almost 50,000 members now. And you know, people share pictures of finishes. It's often the first place that my newsfeed will choose to show me things like new releases. It's a really great resource if you're a fan of Diamond Art Club. Then at the bottom, you have got your kit content, so you can check you've got everything. And over here, you have got QR codes to save 20% off your first app purchase. So Diamond Art Club has an app that you can use if you prefer to shop that way, as well as the website. And as you would guess from the way I've described that, that is going to give you 20% off the first time you use the app for a purchase. There are always discount codes you can use for Diamond Art Club. Very important to note that the price you see on the website is never the price that you need to pay. They have free shipping over a certain amount. You can always save money on that list price. Certain times of the year we get extra tasty discount codes like, you know, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, maybe special holidays in the US. But there are also codes that you can use at other points. Join the Facebook group to find out more. There is an evergreen code, so I do mean it when I say you never need to pay full price. If you have never purchased from Diamond Art Club before and you're looking to make your first purchase, I do have a couple of affiliate codes in the description box below. If you would like to use either of them, you are more than welcome, but please don't feel obligated. Cat20 would give you 20% off, and Cat10 would give you $10 US off, or the equivalent in your local currency. So, you know, the 20% one is usually going to work out better value, but just do the maths, see which one actually works out better for you if you want to use one of those. Okay. And here we have the trading card, or as Diamond Art Club calls them, treasure quest cards. So you're going to get one of these in the majority of kits. They're not guaranteed, but they do come in most kits. You have a pretty holographic image of the artwork, so it's a really nice collectible. I like to keep mine in a special album I got for them, and they're just fun to flip through. But they do have another purpose, which is very important. You will notice this border border going around, which is bronze. Sometimes, if you're lucky, rather than bronze, your card is going to have a silver, gold or black border. And actually, if you have a black card, the whole card is different. It has a really pretty matte effect. I actually just opened one recently when I did the Neon Vibes sea turtle kit. My last Diamond Art Club unboxing on the channel, I think. So, you know, check that out if you're interested. I was very excited. The majority of us are going to receive bronze cards in our kits, and then it goes silver, gold, black for, you know, ascending order of rarity. So black cards are super rare, bronze are super common. The purpose of that is that you can use these to claim rewards. So if you flip it over, you can see their confirmation that it's bronze, because it can be a little difficult to tell apart bronze and gold. And you've got a website address here, diamondartclub.com/redeem. Hopefully you can see that. I know it's tricky against the holographic background. But if you check out that website address, it's going to tell you the rewards that you can use your Treasure Quest cards for. So most of them are gift cards, and they go up to, I think, $200 in value. So yeah, really nice discounts. Well, gift cards work as cash effectively, so you can actually stack them with discount codes as well. And then the top prize is a custom kit, which Diamond Art Club values at $400. I was recently lucky enough to be able to claim my first custom kit from Diamond Art Club. Do check that out if you're interested in hearing more about the process or seeing what I picked. It's on my channel probably about a month ago now. Anyways, it's going to tell you how many cards you need to collect. So it's usually either a certain number of bronze, a certain number of silvers, and a certain number of gold cards, or it's a certain number of black cards. Never both, because the black cards are super powerful. So with those, you will just have a certain number of black cards, and you know, that's enough. Under this scratch off panel is a code, and when you've got enough cards, you can scratch off this, get your codes, enter them on the website, and that's how you make your claim. And then last but not least, in that pouch, we have our sticky labels. So you've got individually cut stickers here for all these different bits. So it's perfect for your logbook. And then on the back, we have a nice, slightly bigger image of the artwork. This has got, I mean, it ticks so many boxes for me, a kit like this. I do love a lighthouse pick. I love seascapes. You got a bit of nature in there. It's just is really pretty. And then inside here, we have got our labels for our storage pots. So as I said before, 65 colours, which is pretty moderate actually these days, particularly for a big kit like this. We often have a lot more colours. And as I always say, I love the kits that have loads and loads of colours because, you know, you get the benefit of all that variation. But sometimes it is really nice to not have to kit up quite as many colours. 65 is a lot, but, you know, these days it's not feeling like so much. And at the end here, we've got the special drills. So there's two ABs, just in case you've not come across that term before. AB stands for Aurora Borealis, and they're like glitzy drills. They have this special coating on, they're used for accents. And then the 5 with Zs in front of them, they are fairy dust drills. So they have a more subtle coating. It's like this faint glitter coating made with mica powder, and they also add accents and kind of texture to your painting. Really pretty. It's quite dark, isn't it? When you just scan over these, there are a lot of darker colours here, which I totally get from looking at this, because there's a lot of shade, you know, like there's going to be quite dark bits at the basis of these trees and all the rocks and everything. But yeah, not the brightest of colour palettes, but very, very pretty. Okay. Let's take a look at the diamond painting, guys. Okay, I've pulled you out so that you can see more of it, but this is definitely one I'm not going to be able to show you all in one go, but fear not, I will pan over it and show you it as best I can in a little bit. Okay, here come the drills. Oh, what a big bag of drills. I'm going to go through all of these in a moment. For now, I will just point out that you have a sticker there with the kit name on it. So if you like to store your canvas and your drills separately, that makes it nice and easy to link them up. Oop, bit of fluff there. And what I'm going to do now is just roll this back on itself, which is going to get it a little bit flatter so I can show you more easily. Okay. Another feature of Diamond Art Club kits, which I'm trying to find a good spot to show you, which I like to point out, you might hopefully just about see these perforated lines going through the canvas. It's a tricky background for them to show up against. Those show you where there are perforations in the cover. So the dotted lines indicate the places where the perforation is. It's breaking up the whole canvas into 10 by 10 centimetre sections for you. And it's just another way of sectioning your canvas. You know, a lot of people are really enjoying not having to faff around with things like release paper or washi tape anymore. If you prefer to use those still, that is totally possible. You can keep this all in one, as long as you're careful. But yeah, it's just another way that Diamond Art Club have innovated improvements to their canvases in recent times. Whoops, it's escaping. Okay, I'm bracing for a lot of confetti with this one. If you are a landscape fan, I'm sure you are predicting exactly the same thing as me, because detailed landscapes always come with a lot of confetti. If you don't know what I mean, confetti is where you're going to be changing the colour of drill in your tray very often. You're not going to have too many of any one colour before you need to switch. So you can sort of see it a little bit here, where, yeah, there's a lot of different symbols in any one small section. And then up here with the trees, that's probably going to be a good place to show you, because trees always mean confetti. And I would say, unlike a lot of landscapes, there's really not many parts of this that are going to be free of confetti. Often you have big patches of colour blocking in the sky for a bit of a break, but this one, not so much. There is a little bit. You see some blocks of colours here, but it's still quite broken up. This sea, maybe you could consider line blocking. It depends on your perspective. And the reason I point all of that out is just that confetti pieces tend to take most of us a fair bit longer to work on. They bring to life all the detail of a kit in a way that is really fabulous to look at. But yeah, they can be slower going. So sometimes people have preferences about what they would prefer. Personally, I like to work on a mixture of colour blocking and confetti. That might be all within one piece, or I might have multiple pieces on the go. I find I get bored with both, you know, if I do either one or the other for too long. So yeah, if you are daunted looking at a piece like this, my personal recommendation, and I know not everyone prefers to work this way, but my personal recommendation is to be willing to have multiple pieces on the go, because I personally tackle pieces like this by working on them for a bit, and then when I feel that kind of hint of burnout and oh, I need a break, I switch to something else that has a completely different feel to it, and then that helps me to continue enjoying all of the paintings that I love to work on, rather than burning out of too much confetti, too much colour blocking, too much of one colour, whatever it might be, because yeah, I get bored easily. It is really pretty. Look at the eagle. Sorry, I'm struggling to move that even into frame because of where my light stand is. But yeah, the colours in the sky as well are beautiful. I think this is a sunset, isn't it? I mean, I say that confidently. I don't actually know. It could be sunrise. I'm not good with these things. But either way, you've got all these beautiful pinky colours in the sky. You've got all this reflection in the water. It's gonna be really pretty. Love it. Okay, I'm going to go through those colours now, so I'm going to come back to you in a moment and just kind of scroll through all the colours so you can see what you'll be playing with if you buy this kit. Okay, watch out for this little guy. This one in mine was packed by itself. I'm not entirely sure why that would happen. So I don't know if that will happen for you, but just be careful because, you know, it'd be easy to lose. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to scroll through them and I'm going to try not reading the numbers out. I had some feedback recently that that wasn't necessary. It's impossible to please everyone because some of you probably like when I read the DMC numbers out, some don't. So I'm probably just going to mix it up in future, but you know, feel free to let me know your thoughts. So that one over there is a little brown. Now, let's start getting a feel for the colours in this kit. If my camera will focus, and off we go. So these are kind of the biggest bags on this one because Diamond Art Club arranges their drills in order of size of bag, like the amount of drills in the kit, rather than by DMC order. So that's why it might look a little random to you if you're new to them. Getting into some lovely blues, and here is the first special drill. That is really pretty. That is a fairy dust, and you can actually see that coating quite well on there. It's kind of, some of the colours are hard to see, but I feel like that one really comes across. I'm betting we're going to find some of that in the water. I'm going to try and find where the special drills go in a bit. So hold tight for that. Lots of that colour, and we've got all the dark colours, all the ones that you tend to see, you know, the heavy hitters, the 3371, 823. You see them a lot. Love these kind of dusky blues. Next strip. Some really pretty colours in it. And like I said, it's not the most bright colour palette, so you're going to get a lot of darker shades. But yeah, they're still so pretty. Here is another fairy dust. So that's a couple of special drills already in the big bags. If you see a number that starts in 6 and has 4 digits, those are colours that Diamond Art Club manufactures in-house because they identified that, you know, there were colours that they really needed that weren't in the existing range of drills. So they make their own. Okay, smaller bags means some of the lighter colours that are less predominant in the painting, but always super pretty to look at. Another 6000 series colour. I'm keeping my eye out for more special drills. There's a little bit of static in some of these. If you do encounter static in your drills, it's unfortunately a pretty common byproduct of good quality resin drills. There are various ways that you can tackle static to stop it being such a pain. I do have a video if you want to check that out. Just search on my channel for static, and that gives you some tips on how to deal with it, just in case you're not familiar. Another fairy dust there. Always love this shade. Okay, lots of doubling up bags there. And the last strip of drills. Look at that bright pink. Gorgeous. And here is an AB. So we don't have a lot of the remaining special drills because they're all going to be on this strip that has the small bags. But just in case you're not familiar, that is what an AB looks like. You can see that extra sparkly coating. Here is another fairy dust. And another. And here is that second AB. And that is it. That is all the drills. So yeah, some really, really pretty colours. Okay, let's take a close-up look at the canvas. I'm going to pan over it and just show you it all a bit more up close. And then after that, I will try and figure out where some of these special drills go. Okay, bear with me while I try and find some of these special drills. It's a little tricky, particularly with a big canvas, but I will do my best. So that green AB, and it was a small bag. The ABs were small, so we know there's not going to be a lot of them. But I see some here. So it's like the trees and plants closest to the buildings have a little bit of extra glow, a little bit of pizzazz from the sun to, you know, draw your eye to them. And then the pink one, I see that in this cluster of pink flowers over here. And again, conscious it was a very small bag, so I don't think that is going to be anywhere else. And no, I don't really see any other pink sections. Then onto the fairy dust drills. So H is a brown one. And I think, was that one of the bigger ones? I always forget. Honestly, it goes into my head and then immediately out again when I'm concentrating on filming. Okay. So it looked brown on there, but it's actually a part of this yellowy sunset / sunrise effect. So yeah, you can see that there in the water. There's also some of it in this wing and at the back of the eagle. And oh, here it is in this building here and the lighthouse. What do you call that? Is that like part of the lighthouse? Is it like the lighthouse cottage? I don't know. I don't have sufficient lighthouse lingo. I don't see any more of that one as ever. Like, I'm probably missing bits. I'm just trying to give you the best idea I can of where the special drills go without being here all day. That blue one that I loved, that is an anchor, which I reckon is fitting because it must be in the water, right? She says, unable to see it in the water. Oh no, there it is. Yeah, I see some down here. It's that symbol was kind of harder to spot. Yeah, it's all through the water. I just couldn't see it for looking. So that lovely blue fairy dust is going all through the water. And you do in a painting that, if they have access to special drills, they just make a lot of sense in water, is what I'm trying to say, because water does sparkle, doesn't it, under the light. Then we have that sort of more orangey brown fairy dust, which is also in here. There is also a teeny tiny bit of it on the eagle. And then over here we have some as well, going through all of these rocks where they have a bit of sunlight on them. And I think that's about it. X is the next one. The symbol, I mean. And where am I going to find that? Oh, it looks more green on here. Okay, I see that now. It's like a dark brownish green. So yeah, that is through these trees over here. And is that going to continue? Yes, it is in this bit. How about the rest of the trees? Oh, I see some down here. Little bits here on the rocks. And then, yeah, this top right hand corner of the painting is going through the trees there as well. And then lastly, I have a pink fairy dust, which I'm pretty sure was in those small bags at the end. And that, there's a little bit there. And then, yeah, it's over here with the pinkish flowers. Flowers are another really common thing to be accented with special drills. So there you go. That is my best attempt at figuring out where the special drills go. But I'm pretty confident this time that I've got most of them. So what do you think? Isn't this one beautiful? Oh, nothing beats a landscape for me. They're just, ones like this as well, when it's a seascape, it's just automatically so peaceful and tranquil to me. And of course it is called Peaceful Waters. So that's very fitting. It's going to be a stunner. Let me know in the comments if this one is making it into your basket on Saturday. Oh, it's gorgeous. Okay. I hope you've enjoyed taking a look at this with me. If you have, please consider dropping a like on it. I really appreciate it, and it helps YouTube know that, you know, you've enjoyed the video and maybe pushes it out to more people. If you're not yet subscribed, I would love to have you stick around, so please consider doing that too. And I will hopefully see you again soon. Bye bye!